Junior.
And my name is Rima.
So this week we had Design Week at Econs International School, and we came up with a poster, Poverty in Uganda.
Did you know that Uganda is amongst the poorest countries in the world? 41% of Uganda's population lives in poverty.
41%? That's almost half of the Ugandan population. Uganda is facing two types of poverty. That is transient poverty and chronic poverty.
There are many causes of poverty in Uganda, but some are
includes rate of rising population,
less productivity in agriculture,
less utilization of resources.
Another cause of Uganda's poverty is its leaders and also epidemic diseases.
So true. Uganda is rated among the most corrupt countries in the whole world. The Ugandan leaders have so much love for money that they would kill an innocent man for the love of money.
Epidemic disease outbreaks also brings the country into more expenses of buying vaccines for the citizens of Uganda.
Poverty starts.
Uganda's poverty has always been there, though they started giving their records in 1894. There is a lot of unemployment, low economic growth, and high inflation. However, there is a way we can help others who are suffering. That is by donating to Hands for Hope. The link is down below.
Poverty breaks the #1 UN global goal, no poverty.
Let us continue to unite as a nation to end poverty.
Hello, so today we're going to be talking about the Design Week. In our Design Week project, we made the PIR motion sensor alarm, as you can see here.
A PIR motion sensor alarm uses infrared technology to detect motion. During this assembling, we used a breadboard, an Arduino Nano, PIR sensor, an LED light, wires, a piezo buzzer, and a resistor.
It can be used in many different ways, such as a security alarm, smart lighting, and it can also be used as detecting if someone walks into the shop. It detects like someone has walked in.
We used Tinkercad to program the code.
In this project, we work together with the MYP2N and MYP2L. So MYP2N did the coding and the wiring of the project, and MYP2L did the research on assembling the PIR motion sensor.
We used the ATL skills, collaboration, communication, and information literacy skills. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sharish Demani and I'm from MYP3. I'm going to be talking about seed dispersal. The birds feed on seeds, and since the seeds don't usually go through the bird's digestive system, it turns into waste. The birds produce this waste, and the seeds either grow into a flower or a plant that benefits the environment.
Yeah. Weed control. Birds helping weed control also have a positive effect on the farmers. For example, when there's birds in the farmer's garden or anywhere, and there's a lot of weed that goes out, the birds usually feed on that. And not only do the birds get benefits, also the weed isn't going to bad waste, and also the farmers are saving their time to do other things, and at the same time the birds get a positive benefit.
Pest control. Birds act as guards in farmers' lands. These birds can help prevent or stop different insects from exterminating the place. So what birds can do is they can feed on these pests, and instead of buying pesticides, they can help the owner or a farmer save a lot of money by eating these pests. Joy. Birdhouses usually bring joy and happiness into the garden. They make the garden look even better, and it brings liveliness to the garden. Technically, this is related to joy, as we can actually look at the birds and see how they're growing. We can see their hatchlings, we can see how happy they are when they are eating, and even when they have a proper sustainable house for themselves.
Fertilization. Birds give a natural fertilizer to the plants by accidentally giving a defect back to the surrounding area. When birds start flying, the nearby area will be held to create a starching effort by the bird. When this happens, it makes a thickening effect, which helps to make the soil be more loose. It produces a good bacteria which helps regulate the pH balance.
So this is the final product in a form of virtual 3D model, which a few of our colleagues have designed, and this is how we planned on making and designing it in real life, and this is how it actually turned out. So this is the final product, and as you can see, the design and the final product actually match. And this is how we wanted it to come in. So if birds want shelter or food, we can place feedings here, and they can easily enter from this easily accessible door type of thing, and they can feed there and have their own shelter. Thank you for watching. This is our presentation of the 6 benefits and the final product of our bird nest, bird house, and this was presented by MYP3 and the rest of us.
Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking to you about our class project, which is to design an app in relation to the environment and how we can educate people on the environment, environmental waste and waste management, and the effects that human activities can have on it. This app was designed by the lack of knowledge people have on the environment and how their actions affect it. For example, pollution, burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and many more. And stuff like this can eventually lead to things like soil erosion, poor air quality, undrinkable water, and increase in greenhouse gases.
While we were making the app, we portrayed many ATL skills, mostly the collaboration skill. This was done by breaking into 2 groups that played different roles. One group was formulating questions for the app, and the other was developing the app and coding. We all worked hand in hand to build this game. Furthermore, communication, research, and self-management skills were also used as tools to navigate through this whole process. For the app to reach the goal, many layer profile attributes were applied as members were communicators, open-minded, and knowledgeable. Everyone worked hard to make this a successful project.
This app is fun. It's a fun game saving about and doing what's the best for our environment, which has all known about recycling. This game we have make sure that the rubbish ends up in the recycling bin by either tapping on the screen or dragging the bin or pressing the buttons to move it left or right to put the rubbish in it falling from the sky. When a piece of rubbish is missed, the game will ask a question related to the environment and the world we live in today. The app is called the Recycling Rescue, made by the MYP4 students. Thank you.
After a week of hard work, we have finally been able to put out a good app on the environment and how we can fix it. We want to thank our teacher, Mr. Neil Kelly, for giving us this opportunity by teaching us how to code apps. This app is an educational game which teaches children about the environment by asking fun, challenging questions to both puzzle and teach the children more about the world. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.
Hi guys, I'm going to be talking about how we made an app on the environment. So this app was made to raise awareness and also just as a fun game about how we can save the environment and the world we live in today. So this app was made by people in year 10, so like 14 to 15-year-olds contributed to the making of this app only. So this is the starting screen of the app, and this app was made on MIT App Inventor. So after you click play, it will ask you how do you want to play. So like there are many ways. There's tapping. So like tapping is you just tap anywhere on the screen and it will take the thing there. And then buttons is you use buttons to move the recycle bin left or right. And then dragging is you drag it. So the goal of this game is to drag the recycle bin and to like pick up trash that's falling from the sky. So like right now it's a steel tin and it will change to like, let's say a plastic bag, it will change to like an empty chips bag or like a pile of rubbish and stuff, like, or like a water bottle. So basically it's going to be falling from the sky. So what you're supposed to be doing is just move the garbage bin, the recycle bin, and you try to like collect all the things falling. So whenever you miss one, it's going to ask you a question. So the question is going to be about the environment, and like very many questions, it's going to randomly ask you a question. So one of those questions is, how do people damage the environment? And we have some complex questions and some easy questions. So one of them is deforestation, then recycling and planting. So like as we all know, like this is an easy question, the answer is deforestation. But we also have harder questions. Example, what is the study of the environment called? So like basically the goal is one time you can get like an easy question, and then next time you fail, you get a complex question. So it's going to be completely random, the question you get. And if you continue, like if you click the right answer, then you're going to continue, and then you're going to move on and continue playing. But if you get it wrong, then you're supposed to start from 0 points. And you get a point every time you collect some rubbish. So this game, it took us about like 3 weeks to make, and we really hope you guys enjoy it. Hi guys, as you guys probably know, we've made an Android app which is based on the environment, and the app was made to teach children about the environment in a fun and easy way. So let's look at the gameplay of the app. So when you log on to the app, it's going to say the name of the app, which is Recycle Rescue, and then so let's say once you clicked play, it's going to take you to a screen, which is how do you want to move the recycle bin. You could tap anywhere on the screen, you could use buttons to move it left or right, or you could drag it. So let's say drag. Now garbage is falling from the sky, as you see here is like a tin, and as time goes on it does get faster, which makes it more challenging and more fun. And now plastic bags, so let's say we miss it, it's going to ask us a question. So answer question to continue. Then the collection of the same species within an area is called a population. The sizes are weird because it's on the laptop instead of the phone. So let's say we click true, which is the correct answer. It cheers and it sends us back towards the game. And then if you click the wrong answer by mistake, it's going to say wrong answer, try again, and then you have another shot at answering the question right. So this is the fun way to teach children about like new information, instead of like just reading books and then like having to filter out all those useless information in the books for the important ones. So hopefully you people download this app and enjoy it, and maybe teach your children a thing or two about the environment with this app.
As of 2010, the World Health Organization estimated that there are 285 million blind people in the world. Being blind implies that a person is limited to only 4 senses, and even those 4 aren't guaranteed. The people are at a significant disadvantage, and it's up to inventors to tackle this issue and make it safer to be blind in the world today. This is where the principle of echolocation comes into play.
Echolocation is a technique that animals such as bats, whales, dolphins, and other animals use to determine the location of objects around them by using reflecting sound. For example, bats make echolocating sounds in their throats and emit them through their mouth. The technique allows them to move in darkness to be able to hunt, locate their friends and animals. Fortunately, most are high-pitched for humans to hear. Some bats can scream up to 150 decibels, as loud as a jet engine 30 miles away. Echolocation evolved in bats and whales to enable them to see in muddy water or dark depth oceans. Echolocation allows bats to fly in the dark to locate their prey and that noble birds can't find.
So right here is a simple design brief we came up with. It looks at the problem blind people face while using normal walking canes, and it talks about a simple design which we came up with as a class, while also looking at the constraints which the cane would have to meet for it to be properly efficient and effective.
Human echolocation is the ability of humans to detect objects in their environments by sensing echoes from those objects by actively creating sounds. For example, by tapping their canes, lightly stomping their feet, snapping their fingers, or making clicking noises with their mouths. But of recent, people have started using canes that work on the principle of echolocation to help them sense and map what's around them.
Using ultrasonic echoes, the device is able to determine the distance between the blind person and different objects around him or her, and it emits sound too high-pitched for the human ear to detect and picks up the reflections of these waves to map obstacles up to 3 meters away in 3D. Buttons on the cane's handle vibrate gently to warn a user to dodge low ceilings and sidestep objects blocking their path.
Echolocation is what enables ultrasonic walking sticks to function. When a visually impaired person uses a normal stick, they have limitations to this because certain objects may not be rooted in the ground, and a walking stick only allows them to avoid stationary objects, which leaves them vulnerable to being hit by moving objects.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, Lucinda.
Landscape.
The rest of it is